Radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Computers are online. I'm gonna start loading software.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Call to Freedom.
Broadcasting live from Vertcoin Studios on LRN FM.
You're listening to Will.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say!
And Aria.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Stay tuned for political talk and everything crypto. That's right.
Broadcasting internationally on our BitPlus network satellite.
This is
The Call to Freedom.
All right, let's boot it up.
All right, welcome here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM this live Tuesday afternoon here from the Vertcoin Studios in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. Joined live via remote by the Queen of Crypto herself, Miss Aria Demezio. How are you tonight, Aria?
I'm doing great. How are you up there?
It's 40 degrees this morning, about 9 o'clock. I took a walk down to get a haircut, and it looked like a crackhead, so I decided not to get a haircut. And then I went and I had a sandwich and shipped a defective laptop back to Newegg, and it was really nice, just t-shirt. Didn't even need a coat, just walking around in a t-shirt with a long sleeve shirt underneath in February in New England. Kind of surprised, actually.
No
Now,
kidding.
also in studio from Think Penguin, we've got Mr. Chris Wade. Hey, how you doing, Chris?
Hi, I'm doing great.
So now Tom's not with us right now, is he?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay, because sometimes he just comes in on Tuesday for no reason at all because he just has the opportunity. So
Well, he likes hanging out with us.
yeah, he does. He does. So well, I like hanging out with me too when I'm in the right mood. So now today we've got some funny stuff, because there's this video from the University of Portland that we're gonna watch, and I'm gonna have to edit it myself as we watch it, because of course leftists can't watch their mouth when they're in public and not drop F-bombs. Then Democrats are a little scared because they've goaded and the media have goaded their base into a position on the Second Amendment that they realize, it turns out, well, that's actually not doable, tenable, and wow, our base wants to take people's rights away. They really want a civil. They want then they don't care if it'll cause a civil war. What have we done? You have Democrats. They're like, wait a second, this is a bad idea. Then during Crypto Hour, we've got Kanan, who is the one of the marketing folks from the new marketing team over at Vertcoin. He's going to be coming on and telling us about what they're going to be doing to promote one of our sponsors here at Vertcoin. And then, we're going to cover the Stoskers in the third hour. The Stoskers being a new award, set of yearly awards to be given out in connection with the Oscars. But instead of the best actor or actress in a film, it will be the best actor or actress in politics. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will have a list of the best lies and performances by a politician in the year 2017.
That'll be great.
It's going to be awesome. When I saw the video, I was like, oh my God, we have to do this. And when I posted it in the show prep, Aria immediately was the same thing. She was like, yeah, we've got to do that.
I was actually responding to the leftist freakout one.
Oh, well, we're doing that right now, actually. We're going to go ahead and get into that because the video is only about 3 minutes, and I'm going to have to do a little editing, and that'll give us time to talk about it during the second segment. Now, this is at a university in Portland, and basically, the people who the left and the media, and your left-wing friend or nemesis on social media, these are the people that they want controlling American legislative policies. These are the people that they think we should be listening to their opinions on how things should be done. Not the speakers, of course. The idiots who, they destroy property and curse and scream when someone makes the horrid assertion that men and women are, biologically different.
James argues, accurately, that there are differences between men and women. This is a strange position to be in, to be arguing for something that is so universally and widely accepted within biology.
Okay, now first, this is like arguing with flat earthers. Literally, when you talk to people that are like, gender is not biological, X and Y chromosomes don't exist, basically, is their argument. I mean, I can understand.
Well, I think they would be saying that, sex isn't biological in that case. I mean, without putting too fine of a point on it and the distinction between gender and sex. I think that what they meant was that,
she says, biology and culture evolve. So culturally, gender is a fluid idea in America. But unless there's actually something done, and even then, like X and Y chromosomes don't change in sexually reassignment surgeries, just like what physical appendage or lack thereof exists. Gender,
no, but it's actually not as simple.
According to these people, gender is supposed to be a social construct. It doesn't exist outside of like man created the concept of it. So,
well, I mean, that's true to an extent, but it has roots in biology. I mean, yeah, the idea of men being the hunter is a social construct, but it's rooted in biology because men are inherently stronger and faster. So if one of the two sexes was going to become a hunter, it was obviously going to be men.
That wasn't always the case, though, in all cultures. There were some
very few outlying cultures.
Yeah, I mean, it's
even.
Well, I mean, yeah, some women are 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah, a lot. But even matriarchal societies, the women usually weren't the. They were the hunter gatherer, but they weren't the hunter. Like they hunted for. Like they would, like in Native American cultures, like men and women shared a lot of these responsibilities, but the men hunted the deer and the bison. The women did the fishing, the gathering the berries, the gathering the bark, and the rearing of the children. So like the responsibilities were different. And even in like matriarchal cultures where you're talking about, where the women were like the hunter-gatherer, then the men assumed the other position in the society. It wasn't. Both of them were doing all the same jobs. Even in like regular hunter-gatherer societies back in like prehistory, the thought is that men did one set of jobs and women did another, because you rarely see women with the same types of injuries that you see men with, and most of those are received from animals.
I mean, I don't know how far back you're going, but I was thinking more Native Americans in the United States. Mm-hmm. Certain tribes had the opposite.
Well, yeah, they were matriarchal in their political makeup. Women.
I mean, there are exceptions to everything. I mean, if we're going to have this conversation, we have to accept from the start that we're talking in generalizations.
Lineage was passed via the woman, not via the man. Like in Jewish society, you have to have if you have a Jewish mother, you're Jewish. If you have a Jewish father, well, if your mother was a Catholic, then you're Catholic. Like you're not, if you didn't come out of a Jewish vagina, you're not Jewish. You can convert to Judaism, but you're not, Jewish, so to speak. So, oh my goodness. Oops. I wish I hadn't been paying closer attention. Because, yeah, there we go. We'll just do that one. Why not? So we'll be back here in a little while. We're going to continue to talk about this this story here. We'll play the rest of the video for you when we get back here on the Call to Freedom.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
Why did you move to the Shire? I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market. Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
All right, welcome back into the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM, broadcasting live from the VertCoin Studios here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. If you're listening to us internationally, we are coming across the waters, across the globe, all the way over there to sub-Saharan Africa to on a free-to-air satellite system, listening to us on your drive to work, more than likely, rather than your drive home. Now, we've been talking here. We've got in the studio with me, we've got Chris Wade from Think Penguin.
Hi.
And then we've also got live via remote from cryptocurrencycheck.org, our crypto queen herself, Miss Aria Demezio. And we've been listening to this video here and having kind of a discussion, a little discussion about, culture. She actually mentions culture versus biology, and how both are evolutionary, but that when it comes down to it, there are, at the very least, physically and psychologically differences between the sexes. Hold on, I turned it all the way down. Oh, that's why I turned it all the way down, because I got Red Mitchell still playing over here. So, but basically she explains,
As widely accepted is that culture is also evolutionary, but I'm going to argue that biology and culture are both evolutionary. Let's look at differences between men and women that are explicitly anatomical and physiological. Are men taller than women on average? Does anyone take offense at that fact? Are you irritated?
There's always a standout.
So I would say you could be irritated by it. You could be irritated by the fact that women have to be the ones to gestate and lactate. You could be irritated by a lot of truths. But taking offense.
See, one of the people in the crowd says, "See, it's starting." What's starting? And then some, 210-pound green-haired lesbian gets up and starts walking out. She said that women have to lactate and gestate. How dare she state a biological fact, like that's, it sucks. My wife says it all the time. She's like, I hate being a girl. I hate that this is the part, like she likes the breastfeeding part, but all the rest of it, she's like, I hate this. But that's just the bond, the whole bonding thing with the baby and stuff. She loves that, but everything else, she's like, being a woman sucks. And you know what? I totally agree with her. I won the genetic lottery by being born without a vagina.
Is a response that is rejection of reality. So men and women are different on height. They're different on muscle mass. They're different on where fat is deposited on our bodies, right? Our brains are also different. So there's some binaries.
Security. This is what happens. Oh, did they shut off the volume? Can you hear? Can everybody hear?
All right. So yeah, she flips out. One of the girls in the group flips out, and a crowd of them get up at the same time.
Well, to be fair, she was probably a non-binary alkin or something.
Right. And she's offended by the fact that
you called her a girl instead of plur or whatever.
Statistically, men are taller than and heavier than women. That's just a biological fact that goes. It's cross-cultural. This isn't like a non-normal thing. At least in Western societies, men on average are taller than women.
Well, it's true just about across the entire mammal kingdom of animals.
Yeah, truthfully, that is true. Even though, like in lions, women hunt the food and are considered stronger, at adulthood, males are still physically larger, which actually makes it harder for them to hunt. They're heavier and not as fast as the woman because they're physically larger. Cheetahs, it's the same way. I was just watching a documentary the other day on, like, you see the female and she like chases down a gazelle, and then the male, he's over like stealing eggs and stuff like that. He's physically so much bigger that he doesn't have the ability to hunt the way the woman does. He doesn't have the ability to do the same work detail that the female does. So the female is the hunter, but she's still the physically smaller of the species. So saying men and women are physically different should not be offensive. But the reaction to that is protest and literally physically damaging sound equipment on your way out the door.
Well, I think what got I
love the look on Chris's face. I know he's got something he wants to say.
I think what got the green-haired chick upset was that it was stated that they were different psychologically.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that was what caused her to flip out.
No. The one that the green-haired one that got up, she got up when she was the one that was offended, because she was like, they're like, is anyone offended by the fact that statistically men are taller than women? And she was the outlier. She's the one that got up and started making a fuss right then and there. So she's offended by the fact that women are not as tall as men on a statistical basis. She looked like she was about 5'10". So I guess she feels that because she herself is anecdotal evidence.
Pounds?
Yeah, right. No, come on. More like 210 on that one. But because she's 5'10". Oh, wow. We're going to get taken off the air. So anyway, yeah, she's about 5'10". So, because she's the exception that proves the rule, now she's offended by the fact that, statistically, she's she's a lumberjack. I watched too much of that 70s show. But now then, this is another chick. The chick who flips out and busts the equipment up. She's this little, short, dark-haired girl, and I mean, she has a flip out. Come on.
It's not okay. Even the women in there have been brainwashed.
Should not listen to fascism. It should not be tolerated in civil society. Nazis are not welcome in civil society.
So now I keep muting it because I have to because they're dropping F-bombs and stuff. So like I have to edit that out so that we don't, get in trouble with iHeartRadio or any of our pirate stations don't get in, possibly get in trouble. But they go on a rant for a little while, and then finally we're back to the people on stage. And
all right, well, we're going to raise our voices. The conversation's going to go on. Let me be crystal clear. Let me be crystal clear. People do not have the right to tell you what you can and cannot listen to. People do not have the right. Fringe elements of society do not have the right to hold you hostage to discourse.
If you're looking for work, you know what I mean by elevator speech. It's the short version, saying just enough to make the listener want to listen more. Even if you're not a job seeker, effective communication skills have never been more important, with money and attention so scarce now. So to cut through the clutter, choose every single word as though it was the last word the person you're speaking to will hear. Otherwise, it might be. Instead of saying, due to the fact that, say, because. And avoid mispronunciations. Say jewelry, not jewelry, which could offend. Undoubtedly, you don't want to say undoubtedly. And whatever you do, never use a preposition to end a sentence with. Just kidding. For more tips, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
Catch the Call to Freedom at its new time, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. The Call to Freedom is the only live drive-home call-in show in the U.S. with a segment devoted to cryptocurrencies. Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, live from Vertcoin Studios in New Hampshire. Learn about what makes cryptocurrencies so great and why you should care about them. Updates on new coins and ICOs, and warnings of scams. Plus, hear from traders, whales, developers, and big names in the crypto world. You can also win crypto coins or tokens every episode. Just listen for the faucet sound and be the 5th caller to get free Dash, Litecoin, Vertcoin, Verge, or other cryptocurrencies. The Call to Freedom with Will and Aria, featuring Crypto Hour. Broadcast internationally through our BitPlus network satellite. Weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. on LRN FM.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom live on LRN.fm. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.fm.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. Offending you live from the Vertcoin studio right here in Keene, New Hampshire. Goodness gracious. So, Aria, how offensive are we today on a level of 1 to Janie's got her gun?
I'd say none.
Right.
1, I guess.
I guess it depends on if you're a shaved head 19-year-old from Parkland, Florida, or if you're, just a normal adult who was born before 2000. That seems to be the part of the issue is most of these idiots were born like from the late 90s forward.
It's got to be where it was going. I mean, how could anybody be offensive over just the mere facts, right? I mean, it's got to be.
These are the same people who say that the word in the dictionary, when you read the word racism in the dictionary and you read the definition of it, that's not really the definition of it because dictionaries are written by white people. So words don't have meanings unless I believe that the meaning is the meaning. Like this, it's literally an entire generation where facts are based on feelings. I mean, what did you expect?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, they had this idea where reality is malleable. It is whatever they want to believe it is, and that facts don't exist. And that's been going on for a while, but it's really become obvious with this generation of people who just, get up and storm out of the room and start calling people Nazis when they hear a fact that they don't like.
Not just get up and storm out of the room. Get up, storm out of the room, scream, curse, and try to destroy something because they feel that if they don't want to listen to it, other people shouldn't be allowed to listen to it. I mean, which
is more or less Nazism.
This is the obvious end to Clinton era censorship. What was it was the Clintons who
Are you talking about the V chip?
No, not the V chip and the
That's the only thing I can think of when I think
the
of
parental
Clinton.
advisory on.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I remember that. That was terrible.
I don't want to listen to it, so I don't think you should be able to listen to it.
Yep.
It's that same mentality. And people who were kids then had kids, and now have raised their kids with that same mentality. Like it's almost like the adults today feel like the government should be their parent, should treat society the way parents treat their children, because parents aren't really allowed to do that anymore. You know, parents aren't really their hands are tied for the most part, socially and legally, to really do anything with these ignorant ass kids.
Well, I mean, their whole lives, they're parents for television and the school system. Where's the government?
Oh yeah, and you're a special
television,
snowflake, and everything about you and your dreams is special, and the whole world should stop for you because you're a special. Oh my God, I do it too.
Well, I mean, it's good to tell kids that they're special, but you know, there's a limit to it.
I kind of feel like this is not. It's not entirely in the last 20 years. I feel like it goes back a lot farther than that, like maybe 100 years. And I say that because we've been doing this. I mean, look at schools and Social Security and all these things, and we just keep building on that. And now all of a sudden we can't do for ourselves,
and those of us
what we should be able to do for ourselves
are viewed as like mental cases.
As bad people. If you can do for yourself, you know, if you can do for yourself today, you know, as opposed to being dependent on government, you're somehow a bad person.
Yes,
that's ridiculous.
We have all of these people who can't and don't do anything exceptional, so they decide they have to have these mystical, almost magical characteristics that make them.
They refuse to work. They refuse to do anything that will make them more productive.
That's not at all where I was trying to go with that.
Okay, well.
But it's true.
Right.
I mean, they're mundane, they're boring, they're ordinary. They're completely and utterly ordinary. But they refuse to accept that because, yes, they've been told their entire lives that they're special. So they invent all these characteristics like indigo children, and they're really owls trapped in humans' bodies and crap like that because they just have to convince themselves that there is something special, something magical that makes them extraordinary when they are as ordinary and boring as people get.
Yeah, just like everybody else.
Yeah, we should be promoting you know, people's abilities, not you know, bashing them down so that they can't. I mean, if we bash everybody down who's exceptional, we end up with a society that can't move forward. We can't make progress.
But being a furry who thinks that you're a purple penguin from Peru who doesn't have a gender and screaming at
I'm not sure if that's an ability, though.
And then screaming at people who refuse to call you like Zoltan instead of her or him. Like, what is exceptional about that other than exceptionally stupid? That's what's exceptional. I'm exceptional because I'm exceptional. I have nothing about me that makes me exceptional. So I'm just going to I think part of like the gluten intolerance and all of this is part of that too.
But there's a difference from having like a preference or, you know, liking something and like actually being good at something, right? Like there's
Not
being
to
good
them,
at something.
though. Not to them.
Oh yeah, I know, and that's kind of what I would
Being
distinguish
a
the two
furry
things.
makes you a special snowflake. Coming up with the theory of relativity, that's that. Can you teach me how to Dougie? You know, I don't want to know quantum physics. I want to know how to do the Macarena. Well, I mean, whatever the 2018 equivalent is, because that's what it is. You know, the Dougie, the Macarena, the whatever the dumbest new fad is. That's what's important. Who cares about, you know, things that really are important? Who needs that stuff?
I mean, if we reward excellence and actual exceptionalism,
how do they get a
that's
trophy?
Capitalism. That's evil.
No, how do I get a trophy? If the only way that you can get a trophy is to be excellent and I'm normal, well, how am I supposed to get a trophy? And if I don't get a trophy, then my feelings will be hurt because I worked really hard on that. And
then work harder.
I didn't win, and I should get it. And you know what happened? Parents got mad because their kids didn't win and acted like assholes. That's what happened.
Yeah.
It's our fault. It's parents' fault. My generation, us. My generation, we are the parents that are 5 years older than me, we are the reason why these kids are the idiots that they are. When our kid lost, like our kid went to the Pine Box Derby and he was lazy, did a half-ass job, didn't put the weights in the right places, and he didn't win. And when he didn't get a big trophy and somebody else did, he decided that since he couldn't win and he didn't get a trophy, well, there was just no use in putting effort into anything ever. And parents got mad and yelled at the coach. And the coach was like, well, it's easier just to give all these little assholes a trophy. And then everybody gets to be the same, whether they're awesome or they suck.
I don't even understand
because it's easier than dealing with these moron parents.
What's the... just blows my mind. I don't understand this, and I didn't understand this when I was in first grade. I don't know when they started doing this, but when I was in first grade, I mean, we're talking like 1990, and I had that happen actually, and I did not understand the whole trophy concept, giving one to each of the kids on the team. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. Like, a trophy is supposed to be a reward for achieving something, and if you give it to everybody, what's the point at that point? There is no point to it.
Do you want a trophy? Maybe we'll give you a trophy just for being a listener, just for calling in. Give us a call, 603-283-6160. We'll be right back.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount. Hey, I'm LRN.FM Program Director Ian Freeman. If you're listening to our free-to-air satellite feed in North or Central America, heads up! We've been on the same channel on the Galaxy 19 satellite since 2010, but now our satellite provider is moving us to a new channel on a different transponder. The original channel will stay on the air until the end of February to give you time to transition without any loss of service, so don't delay. I've posted the new channel details at sat.lrn.fm, but in case you're listening with no internet access, if you do a blind scan on your receiver, you should see the new channel at transponder 12, 11,936 megahertz, horizontal polarization, symbol rate 20,000, FEC 3/4. All that information is at sat.lrn.fm, as well as a link to our Patreon where you can support our channels for just $2 a month. Visit sat.lrn.fm for more information about our international satellite channels, and thanks for listening to LRN.fm.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up in any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
I've been told told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
George, you can go this way. You can do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me. Well, I'm comfortable here, actually. Whoa, hey. Who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video and audio allowed in this hospital.
No, I have work today.
You ain't gonna make it.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Why are you running from me? Because you're scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
Up in paradise, I suppose. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from the Vertcoin studios here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. Joined by Chris Wade of Think Penguin, our resident hardware guy. Right here in the studio. And then we've also got live via remote, as always, Miss Aria Demezio from cryptocurrencycheck.org. Now, coming up during the crypto hour here in about 20 minutes, we're gonna have Kanan from the Vertcoin marketing team coming on to tell us. Well, they've put together a marketing team at Vertcoin, and they're going to come and tell us all about the stuff they've got put together for the future. But right now, we've been talking about this. Basically, at Portland State, a group of female students and a couple of guys, decided that they would destroy property and disrupt a public event. Because a female speaker dared say that men and women are biologically different. And that led on to a discussion of how, well, basically this new generation, my oldest children's generation, well, they're all retarded. And it's our fault as parents. Because whenever they lost, we tried to protect them. Whenever they scraped their knees, instead of allowing them to grow up and you know, because their parents, my parents did for me, but my parents were different. They were from two generations prior to the generation that most parents were when I was a little kid. So basically, I'm going to say it's a breakdown, a generational breakdown, where just every generation we've allowed our children to grow up less and less. And now we have an entire generation of entitled little 16 to 20-year-olds who think that how they feel decides what's real. And that's because every time that they've had to feel defeat or anything that was difficult, well, mommy and daddy ran in to yell at the other adult who didn't make them feel like a special little snowflake.
What did you say the age was? I want to say a lot older than that.
I'm going to say 15 to 20 at the very least.
I'd probably say 25 to 30.
Okay, so 15 to 30. So wow, that's a pretty big section of stupid people.
I would include people from my generation because I feel it definitely started.
We started it.
Yeah.
Our generation started it.
Yeah. I felt like I got some of the old stuff, but
I don't really.
Once you hit the 90s, man, the late 90s especially.
I'm going to say the 80s too, because I was always different than the other people in my generation, because my dad's in his 80s. You know, when I was a kid growing up, my dad was in his 50s. All my friends, their parents were in their 20s and 30s. You know, so I was raised by like the grandparents of my neighbor, you know, my friends' parents. You know, not their grandparents, their great. Basically, it would be like if your great grandmother was young enough to raise you. Yeah, that's the generation I was raised by.
I remember.
So it's hard for me to call it my generation because I personally am not like that. But you're right. There are so many people same age as us that are just devoid of reality.
Yeah, I remember
on all these issues.
I remember like some really stupid laws, and I still feel these laws are stupid today. Like helmet laws, and it's not that it's not good to wear it, or it's not bad to wear a helmet. I think it's a good thing. But do we really need a law that says if you're under 14 you have to wear a helmet? And I
never wore a helmet my whole childhood.
I know.
I had no head injuries.
You know
bones.
what's funny? You know what's funny is I remember going skiing, and all the years I went skiing, I never had a helmet, and yet in first grade, I remember there was a law that was passed that said you had to wear a helmet now, and I don't know. At what point do you stop having it be government and you take responsibility for your own actions? Or you take responsibility, and that might be, you know, to be a parent, you know, to make sure your kid takes reasonably cautious steps. You know, sometimes you have to do it's your job as a parent to take those steps, and it doesn't mean that everybody has to take the same steps. Some kids, you know, it may be more important to have them wear a helmet than other kids. Like, for example, if you have some sort of head injury, you might want to have your kid, you know, wear a helmet, whereas maybe another, you know, not so much.
Like, and I'm probably gonna some liberal panty waste is gonna call the show in a minute to yell at me about what a horrible parent that I am. But like when my son got a trophy a year ago, he was playing soccer, like AYSO soccer, and he got a trophy, and I made it really clear to him that he didn't, you know, like. They just gave you a trophy because everybody gets a trophy. You chased butterflies and crickets in the backfield and didn't pay attention to the game ever. You never touched the ball during the course of a game. You suck. You don't deserve a trophy. You just got that because everybody gets one. I mean, I didn't say you suck, but like I explained to him, look, they're just giving this to you because they're worried you'll feel bad if you don't get one. But don't, he's like, I got a trophy. I'm a great soccer player. No, you are not Pele. I am sorry. Chasing butterflies while everybody else on your team actually plays the game does not make you Beckham. You know what I'm saying? You are not David Beckham. I'm sorry.
It goes far beyond just sports, too. Like when you were a kid and you played Super Mario Brothers and there was a level you couldn't beat, what happened? I mean, that was the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I suck. I either have to get better or just stop playing the game. But in recent games, they just give you an invincibility suit. And you can just beat the level with that.
Yeah, buy your way. I would never have
even without that, if you die 5 times in any of the newer Mario games, you get a suit that makes you invincible. And the recent Star Fox game had an invincibility mode where you could not be killed through the entire game.
Oh, yeah, God mode. All the video games have God mode now. Like, you can make yourself into... But one thing I do like is some games, they make fun of you at the end of the game if you do that. Or you don't... Like,
well, yeah, but these don't.
You don't unlock all of the unlockable materials. You know, like, there are games out there that if you cheat... the game will mock you at the end of the game. You know, like one of them's like, "Ha ha! You thought you could win like that," and then it takes you back to the beginning. And
I mean, they're built into it.
The character you're supposed to unlock doesn't unlock, and now you got to play it all the way through without using the cheat codes. You know, that kind of stuff. I love that. Or like you can't use cheat codes on Grand Theft Auto if you're doing a mission. It will undo the mission. You'll have to start it back over from the beginning. You know, that kind of stuff. I like that. But the thing you're talking about where it's like, oh, well, we'll just make it to where you don't really have to try. No, man.
Yeah, it's just participation trophies in video games.
Jesus, man. This society, yo, like decadence breeds what is it, like weak men, weak people, weak societies, weak cultures.
Yeah, I always think kids should be left to their own devices, so to speak. The best way to learn is to, do, and sometimes that means making mistakes and then, facing the consequences, so to speak.
Life doesn't have consequences. My mommy makes sure that I don't have to acknowledge those.
I've said this before, and it's kind of terrible, but I would let my kid get into trouble. If you tell them, don't touch the stove, and they touch the stove, I'm not going to go over there and stop the kid from touching the stove. I mean, you told them once. If the kid doesn't listen, they learn the hard way. Not
anymore, man. Now, there's a "do not take orally" label on the Preparation H bottle. And the best part is, at some point in time, some idiot looked at the bottle of Preparation H and was like, I reckon I'm supposed to eat this to get rid of my hemorrhoids.
Well, if you look up estradiol lotion on Amazon, you actually will find women asking, hey, do I put this inside?
Oh, God.
So, yeah, lotion,
Wow. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Stupid people.
Yes. It's like the guy...
let Darwinism happen, man.
The guy that masturbated with the stomach from a poisonous fish and then ended up with a parasitic infection in his urethra, and then he's like, "Well, I think I do it with a squid." And he's got like a YouTube, like a channel, like a Twitch kind of thing where people watch him like give reviews on like what it feels like to masturbate with different dead sea creatures. I mean, like, this is where society is. All right, when we get back, we'll have VertCoin's marketing team here on the call.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement, and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, February 27th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.54 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,329 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $40, and the average price of Bitcoin is $10,722. Antiwar.com reports a U.S. airstrike in eastern Syria's al-Shafaa region has killed at least 25 people on Monday, with more than half of the slain identified as women and children, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. Details of the slain are still emerging, but U.S. spokesman Colonel Ryan Dillon attempted to downplay reports, saying the U.S. takes all allegations seriously, and that if any civilians were killed, they'd be included in the Pentagon's monthly list. The Pentagon, of course, tends to ultimately count only about 10 to 15% of the deaths in their official list. The al-Shafaa region is believed to be one of the last strongholds of the Islamic State forces inside Syria, and that has made it a popular target for airstrikes by various anti-Islamic State factions. So far, however, the strikes have appeared to kill mostly just random civilians. The Islamic State in Syria is still very much a thing, however, as the group was far from totally destroyed in the U.S.-backed push in northern Deir ez-Zor, and massive numbers of fighters escaped into the countryside, where they are expected to go back into being a landless insurgency. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports a federal judge ruled on Monday that former Turing Pharmaceutical CEO Martin Shkreli cost investors more than $10.4 million in a Ponzi scheme. U.S. District Judge Kayu Matsumoto found that Shkreli lied to investors in a hedge fund to encourage them to put up $6.3 million and lost $4 million belonging to investors from another fund by funneling their money into a drug company he founded called Retrofin Incorporated. Prosecutors argued Shkreli caused between $9 million and more than $20 million in losses. Shkreli's lawyer argued he caused no loss and hoped he would receive a sentence of 16 months or less, as he paid hedge fund investors their money back and more with cash and stocks in Retrofin. The judge ruled Shkreli should not receive credit for paying the investors back because he only returned the money after they became suspicious of the scheme. Are you looking for a cryptocurrency that has a focus on users and usability? Then look into Zencash. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. Zencash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io. Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday dealt a setback to President Donald Trump, requiring his administration to maintain protections he sought to end for hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought into the United States as children in violation of immigration laws. The justices refused to hear the administration's appeal of a federal judge's January 9th nationwide injunction that halted Trump's move to rescind a program that benefits immigrants known as Dreamers, implemented in 2012 by Barack Obama. The protections were due to start phasing out in March under the Republican president's actions announced in September. Under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or DACA, roughly 700,000 young adults, mostly Hispanics, are protected from deportation and given work permits for 2-year periods, after which they must reapply. Congress so far has failed to pass legislation to address the fate of the Dreamers, including a potential path for citizenship. San Francisco-based U.S. District Judge William Alsup ruled last month that the government must continue to process renewals of existing DACA applications while litigation over the legality of Trump's action is resolved, prompting the administration's unusual move to bypass a federal appeals court and take the matter directly to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Trump administration argued that Obama exceeded his powers under the Constitution when he bypassed Congress to create DACA. In a brief order, the U.S. Supreme Court said the appeal was denied without prejudice, indicating they will maintain an open mind on the underlying legal issue still being considered by the San Francisco-based 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. Immigration activists said they were grateful that the Supreme Court gave DACA recipients more time, but said many young immigrants are still left unprotected. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Hailing it as the industry's most innovative product to date, global cosmetics brand Maybelline released its long-awaited Ideal Woman Rubber Mask this week, a thick latex facial covering worn over the head in lieu of makeup.
By simply yanking it over your face, you can instantly achieve a fresh look that conforms to Western ideals of beauty. Essentially, you can just roll out of bed, stretch the latex urethane rubber beauty mask over your natural face, and boom, you're ready to start your day. Forget concealer, powder, blush, or mascara. Now you can achieve a look that adheres to the conventional standard of feminine perfection in seconds.
It's incredible. You immediately see the difference. The very first time I tried it on, my pores were minimized, my skin tone was more even, and all of the idiosyncratic little wrinkles, physical imperfections, and tiny irregularities that make my face unique were erased.
I don't spend a lot of time on makeup anyway, but now all I need to do is yank this thing over my head, and that's it. I'm conventionally attractive. I mean, this gives me so much more time to find an outfit that makes my body look thin and socially acceptable.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Hold. Hold. Hold.
You better hold on for dear life, because it's time for the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com on the Call to Freedom.
That's right. It's time for the Crypto Hour here on the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. Oh my goodness. So, are you new to the crypto industry? Well, are you lazy? Well, I got something for you. It's called Helium. You don't want to spend your whole day looking at candle charts. You don't want to have to spend hours and hours reading white papers. Just go to Helium. It's powered by Uphold.com. They don't call it an investment, though. They call it a savings accelerator. You just charge up your Uphold account using your bank card or your own cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Dash, Bitcoin Cash. And, well, you just kind of set it and forget it. They have a bot which watches the exchange rates between regular fiats and cryptocurrencies. Then they move your money when the timing is just right. So Helium, it lets your money move you. Go ahead and check them out over at helium.com/CTF. That's HELEUM.com/CTF and get your special offers for being a Call to Freedom listener. Now, you know what? Today's a good day. We have the Vertcoin studio here, the official radio broadcast of one of my favorite coins, Vertcoin. And whenever we get to have somebody from their team on, I'm usually pretty happy. But this time, it's even better because now Vertcoin has come to the conclusion that it might be a good idea to have a marketing team. And after a couple of requests from myself, well, we finally have got somebody that's going to be coming on with them. I've got with me a member of the marketing team. I have Kanan on the line. And he's going to be telling us all about what they've got going on over there at Vertcoin. How you doing, Kanan? Welcome to the show.
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Well, Kanan, we've got an hour here for you to tell us about all the great things that are going on with the Vertcoin marketing team. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself to start off?
Sure. So my name is Kanan. That's what I go by online. I got into cryptocurrency about July of last year. I actually really messed up. I had a friend tell me about it in 2011 about Bitcoin, and I said, that's a fad. It's just going to go away. If I would have just invested back then, I'd be so much happier these days.
I called it World of Warcraft money when I was asked to invest in 2011.
That's a good analogy. That's the way I thought about it because I'm a gamer, and I looked at currency in a digital aspect like that. I never thought the philosophy behind it of replacing fiat or changing the way the bank monetary system works. None of that came to mind. All for me, it was like, just go kill some monsters and get some gold. It's Bitcoin.
Yeah, you know what's funny, guys, is that 2011 was about the time that it was no longer a World of Warcraft currency, so to speak. It was turning into a real currency. That was the year, I believe, that BitPay was founded, and merchants started, really started taking off with merchants and stuff, so you could actually spend it. And that was Bitcoin, I suppose, but now it's other cryptos. But yeah.
Yeah, but so for me, I went and visited a friend in South Carolina when the eclipse was happening, and I wanted to go down there and film it with my drones and stuff like that, and just get some cool video. And he had a mining rig, and I've been into computers since I was a teenager. I built my first computer when I was 13, and it was always a fascination of mine. So seeing a rig that had 6 GPUs hooked up to it, and it's just sitting there mining algorithms, and all you see on the screen is a command box, and you're like, all right, well, you start digging and figuring out. I started asking questions. Well, what are you doing? How are you doing this? What's actually happening here? And the more I got into it, the more I saw the inevitability of this is the future. This is the future of monetary policy. This is the future of how people will exchange services and goods, for compensation. And I made my first dive into cryptocurrency, last summer, and rode that wave up. And I got in through Coinbase, and because it's easy, and I was worried about the whole security aspect and things of that nature. So other exchanges like Bittrex and things of that nature, I was a little cautious about. Well, I kept hearing about Vertcoin and some of these other coins that just weren't on Coinbase. And I was like, well, I'm going to take a leap of faith here. I'm going to do some research into these different projects, these different currencies. I'm going to see which one do I line up with philosophically, and which one has the long-term goals. I wasn't here. Initially, I saw it as an investment. The more I did research, I looked at it as a philosophical thing. I'm putting my money where my mouth is type deal. And I landed on Vertcoin, and that made me create a Bittrex account. Luckily, I got in before they started closing it down for new registrants. And I bought my first Vertcoin. And, I just kept doing more research on the project, found the Discord, got more involved in the community. And I took the initiative to take the last interview you did with the lead developer, James Lovejoy. I took the audio and video from the Twitch stream and edited down in order to kind of highlight his responses to certain questions. And that got the attention of some of the moderators in the Discord, and they invited me into the marketing channel that they were putting together. And this was kind of, at the end of last year, and really starting January of 2018 is when we really brought down the core of people that we're going to make up the marketing team. And that's kind of where we started at the beginning of this year.
Very good. Very good. So, where do we start? I mean, I know you guys have got so many different things that are coming out.
What about the history of Vertcoin? Like, where did it begin?
So Vertcoin was founded in 2014, and
forked off of Litecoin.
Yeah, okay. It was forked off of Litecoin. Just like some of the other bigger name, much more pricey coins. It's same technology fork. And then from that, the developers have been building on top of the Bitcoin technology and the Litecoin technology to do things such as like having our one-click miner, because mining has always been, you really needed to know things about computers, how to use command line prompts and stuff like that. And so our developers, they took the initiative to make it simple, to make it so that anybody who has a decent graphics card can mine Vertcoin. So when you're not playing video games, you can use your computer that you've put money into in order to be able to enjoy video games at the highest quality. You can use that computer to kind of earn yourself some money, and then you can, and the more adoption we push, we're trying to make it so that you can use that currency, that Vertcoin that you mine through your computer, to buy more video games or to buy things through Steam. If they allowed Bitcoin for a while, and now they've kind of scaled back on that. But James Lovejoy, he kind of took over from the founders of Vertcoin. He and the developers that we have now, they kind of took over. I believe it was a year or two ago, and they've steadily been building on top of the successes from when they first forked from Litecoin. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Awesome. Sorry, I just got good news from Zencash. So I just came in while I was listening, reading it and listening to you, and I was like, ooh, the next time they're presenting proposals, they want to present ours. Yay, I have to make Tom get our numbers paperwork put together. Anyway, so yeah, right now we're discussing the marketing team. We've got Kanan from the marketing team of Vertcoin on with us. If you got questions for him, let us know, 603-283-6160. And we'll be back with more with him here on the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
Hi, this is Mark Edge of Free Talk Live. Michael W. Dean's book, User's Manual for the Human Experience, changed my life. In a culture that attempts to turn you into a compliant victim, this book gives you implementable steps on everything from how to be aware of your environment, walking down the street, to business, to how to handle a toxic person in your life. If you're a human, you need to read this book at least once. Go to Amazon and get the Kindle version, or paperback, or an audiobook of A User's Manual for the Human Experience.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeen.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeen.com.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, on the call to freedom on LRN.FM. أنتم تستمعون إلى The Crypto Hour، يقدم إليكم برعاية Helium.com على برنامج نداء للحرية على LRN.FM.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. We're broadcasting live here from the Vertcoin studio in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And I've got here in the studio with me the hardware man himself from Think Penguin, Mr. Chris Wade, and live via remote, we've got Miss Aria Demezio from cryptocurrencycheck.org. And for Crypto Hour this beautiful Tuesday, we've got Kanan, a member of the marketing team from Vertcoin, our studio sponsors. And well, Kanan, we have a complaint from the Discord chat.
Okay.
The LRN.FM Discord chat is requesting an invite post for the Vertcoin Discord chat because the invitation on the Vertcoin website to the Vertcoin Discord is currently expired.
Is it? Okay. All right. So, I can get that over to them as soon as we get off of here.
Awesome. So there you go. Wicca, hopefully by the end of the show, they'll have that fixed and there'll be an up-to-date invitation so that you can join the Vertcoin Discord chat. Actually, you know what? I think while we're on our next commercial, I can actually, with my personal account, go get an invitation and post it here. Oh, see, there we go. High Tech took care of it for us already.
There we go.
But we've got Kanan here. Now, tell me, Kanan, what do you think's the biggest thing that is coming up from the Vertcoin marketing team in the next, say, 3 months?
Okay. So we have a few major things that we're trying to roll out here within the next 3 months. One of the main things that we're doing just to promote adoption and community interaction with Vertcoin is we about a week ago we announced our St. Patrick's Day promotion. So Vertcoin obviously is French for green. Green is money. So we thought, if green is our color, then what holidays and things of that nature are associated with that. And me being here in the United States, first thing I thought of was St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, me lad.
Exactly. And I think about people being at Irish pubs, being out in the streets at events. They're in, large social gatherings and things of that nature.
Pub crawl.
Yes. So what we did in the marketing team is we came up with a poster, some banners and things of that nature to have complete branding across all of our social pages. And we developed a Snapchat lens to kind of help you. But the whole idea is take a picture of you in a social setting with the Vertcoin logo. And the idea is that the more social, so the more people, the more interaction that you have in your photo, the more fun your photo is, the higher chance you get of winning some Vertcoin. So what we're doing as a marketing team is if you go and post your photo to hashtag #VertcoinGreen on Twitter, then we're going to review all of that on St. Patrick's Day. We're going to look at all the submissions, and first, second, and third place, you're going to win some Vertcoin. So first place, you're going to win 30 Vertcoin. Second place, you'll win 20. Third place, you'll win 10. And, just like in our poster, we said, the more social your photo, the bigger chance to win. So that was one of the first kind of ideas that spawned from the new marketing team. We got a group of 15 or so people that were trying to brainstorm ideas of how do we get people to interact with Vertcoin? How do we get adoption to spread and things of that nature? So this was one of the first major promotions that we're going to be doing as the new marketing team. So this St. Patrick's Day, if you're listening and you're going out, you're going to a local Irish pub, or you're going to a St. Patrick's Day celebration, all you have to do is, if you want, you can print out the Vertcoin logo in your photo, or if you have Snapchat, you can use the Vertcoin lens that in the poster you can find that there, and you can embed that into your photo and then just post it to the hashtag #VertcoinGreen hashtag, and we'll search it out on Twitter, and you may win a chance to get some Vertcoin.
Speaking of winning a chance to get some Vertcoin, we've got some Vertcoin that we're going to give you the opportunity to win, but we're going to do things a little bit differently today. I want to encourage more people to join our Discord chat. So if you're watching on Twitch, or if you're listening in other ways, we're going to ask, go to the Discord chat, discord.lrn.fm, and listen and interact with the show there, because right now we're going to do a little trivia. Now we've done 3 interviews with James Lovejoy since I met him before the show went to the Monday through Friday format, and including after we went to the Monday through Friday format. Altogether, we've done 3 interviews with him. In one of those interviews, we did an extensive background where we talked about James's life in cryptocurrency from day one. So if you can call the show and tell me, how old was James Lovejoy when he first started mining cryptocurrencies? If you can tell me how old was James Lovejoy when he first started mining cryptocurrencies, we will do 2 free Vertcoin right now. Call us on the Discord chat. Call us on the phone, but you have to be on. Well, no, you have to call us on Discord because you have to be on the Discord to win this. So if you're a Discord listener right now, call us on the on-air call-in line on Discord if you have the answer to the question. How old was James Lovejoy, the developer of Vertcoin, when he first started mining cryptocurrencies? If you got the answer to that, we got 2 free Vertcoin. We're actually going to send them directly from the Vertcoin Discord chat to your wallet right here while we're on the air. Yeah. So give us a call on the on-air call-in line here on the Discord, LRN.FM Discord chat. If you're listening, go to discord.lrn.fm and go on our on-air call-in line for the Discord chat and claim yourself some free coins. So, blugga. All right, so real quick, we've got on with us right now, we've got Kanan. He is a member of the marketing team from Vertcoin. We contacted the development team when we heard they had a marketing team and said, look, guys, we need to get these guys on the show because, this is what they specialize in, is talking to the public about the coin. So you guys stick around. We'll be back here in just a little while on the Call to Freedom. Again, if you want to call the show and talk to the Vertcoin marketing team, give us a call, 603-283-6160. And we'll be right back here on the Call to Freedom with Kanan from the Vertcoin marketing team on LRN.FM.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agris Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agrishosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agrishosting.com. Are you tired of your taxes funding endless occupations around the world? Antiwar.com is run by people who understand that wars abroad become wars at home, wars on our freedoms. Antiwar.com is dedicated to bringing you the latest in news, views, interviews, and reviews from the top movers and shakers in the anti-occupation movement. Antiwar.com has it all, from thorough foreign policy analysis to interviews with whistleblowers who used to run the military-industrial complex. Anti-war, pro-free market. That's antiwar.com.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
Hey, I'm LRN.FM Program Director Ian Freeman. If you're listening to our free-to-air satellite feed in North or Central America, heads up! We've been on the same channel on the Galaxy 19 satellite since 2010, but now our satellite provider is moving us to a new channel on a different transponder. The original channel will stay on the air until the end of February to give you time to transition without any loss of service, so don't delay. I've posted the new channel details at sat.lrn.fm, but in case you're listening with no internet access, if you do a blind scan on your receiver, you should see the new channel at transponder 12, 11,936 megahertz, horizontal polarization, symbol rate 20,000, FEC 3/4. All that information is at sat.lrn.fm, as well as a link to our Patreon where you can support our channels for just $2 a month. Visit sat.lrn.fm for more information about our international satellite channels, and thanks for listening to LRN.fm.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom.
تستمتعون إلى The Crypto Hour على برنامج نداء للحرية.
Live from the Verticoin studio. This is the Call to Freedom. It's the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium 47 here on LRN.FM. When you kill the faucet, you color-fied to get some free coins. This is the Call to Freedom.
That's right. It's the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Welcome back to the Crypto Hour here on LRN.FM, on Call to Freedom on LRN.FM, brought to you by Helium.com. And make sure, like I said before, go over to Helium with an E.com, HELEUM.com/CTF, and get your great offer for being a Call to Freedom listener. Now, we've got with us today one of the marketing team from, well, the newly created, actually, marketing team over at our sponsors at Vertcoin. So now, Aria, you were, I'm sure you had something you wanted to say last time, and I'm a terrible producer, so I had you muted the entire segment. You had a question?
Not particularly.
No? Awesome.
I mean, Everything that I had to ask about Vertcoin, I mean, we've already discussed with them before. I mean, regarding its features and its capabilities and things like that.
Well, now you guys have a new website that you have coming out, right? Right, Kanan?
Yep. Right now, the website that we're building from the ground up, because we've heard from our community they want things to look brand new, fresh, and pretty. So we have a website that's currently in beta phase. We're reviewing it just to make sure that everything is perfect. To make sure the Discord link is active, which we just got that fixed on the website. So for anybody who's listening, it should be good to go there. But yeah, we have a fresh website that's going to come out that's going to have a lot. We're trying to build it so that you can go to that website and you don't have to link anywhere else to find the information that you're looking for. Everything down to detailed, text layout of how to start mining. We're addressing all of that. Why Lightning Network is a great item to have on the blockchain. All of that stuff is being addressed in the new website. We're really excited to get that out to you, hopefully within the next few weeks or so. But right now it's in beta phase. We're reviewing it internally, and you'll see that update here soon.
So I had a question for you. A few questions. Who's the user and what's the use case?
For Vertcoin?
Yeah.
So the user and use case that we're looking for is to have it as an actual payment system. So right now, people look at Bitcoin as kind of a store of wealth, where it's not with the long hour plus, to get or to confirm transactions on the blockchain. It's not an ideal solution for, I want to walk into a store and I want to buy a soda. I can't wait an hour for the merchant to verify that, my payment has actually gone through. So Vertcoin, the idea is to use that every day for payment. We want to replace fiat. We don't want to have to worry about dealing with currencies that are controlled by the government, manipulated by the Fed and things of that nature. We want to be able to use a currency that you can mine on your own. You can be your own bank. You can have complete control over your value and still be able to use that in the real world. If you want to go to 7-Eleven and buy a hot dog, you should be able to do that the same way that you use a MasterCard or you use a Visa, with the same quickness, the same security, and the guarantee that when you go to make that purchase, that you and the vendor both have a trust factor there that you're going to exchange that currency for the goods and services that you're dealing with.
So here's a second
Dash. Basically, it's Dash, but not pre-mined crap, as Thick and Froggy, one of their marketing guys.
So here's the next question I've got for you. Where are the merchants that are taking it? What merchant providers accept it? Let's say I wanted to start accepting Vertcoin. How would I do it?
So right now, it's not as easy as Visa. They have the infrastructure and the technology and everything like that built out. We're still working on that pay system and Lightning Network is kind of the backbone of this. And as you know, James Lovejoy, our lead developer, he is a contributor to the Lightning Network and a researcher at MIT, and he is bringing some of those fundamental tools to Vertcoin to allow us to be able to build things kind of like a Lightning-enabled wallet that we're currently working on. We're only about 20% there because we're still waiting on some of the alpha updates to Lightning Network for that to be flushed out before we can finish with the wallet. But we're looking to build a product that you can have a wallet on your phone that is Lightning-enabled, that you can, if you want to swap from Vertcoin to Bitcoin or to Litecoin or any Lightning SegWit enabled coin, you can do that in your phone, and then you can still do that with that wallet, and you can go up to somebody and you can pay just like you can with Apple Pay or something like that. That's the vision that we're working towards right now.
I've never actually heard of anybody using Apple Pay. Is that actually being used?
I saw one person try to use it when I was at a convenience store one time and it wasn't working, so he got frustrated to pull out his credit card. But I have seen people try to use it. I'm not an Apple person, so it's not something that I use, but yeah.
I think I've only seen one person use Apple Pay once, and I've never seen Google Pay or Samsung Pay or any of the others. It's actually funny. I've seen more people use crypto than I've seen use any of these big, well-marketed, I don't even know what you'd call them. They're not cryptocurrencies, but
Yeah, well, I mean, you think about it, like my I'm 31. So when I went into college, I stopped carrying cash. The only thing I had on me was a debit card and credit card. And the idea for us, from a vision standpoint is, well, everybody carries around their cell phone now. So a mobile wallet is a must have. And if you have the ability to, instead of needing a credit card or a debit card, you're able to use your cell phone because you're going to have that with you anyways. It makes it more convenient for you. And you don't have to just go to, like with Apple Pay, you have to go to a merchant and do that transaction. We're wanting, if I'm going over to a friend's house and they bought pizza and they want me to help contribute, I want to be able to give them, half for the pizza, but not have to need, any sort of third party. Exactly.
Hey, I
moved to New Hampshire.
I got another question for you. Actually, is there any? Are you guys working on any kind of merchant provider independent merchant provider solutions? Like you could probably get like AnyPay or I'm trying to think of the others. There's really only two for retail or BitPay. You could try and work to get those two to accept it. But I'm just wondering, is there like a non-intermediary way of doing merchant acceptance for, well, I guess it would be like a point of sale terminal, but without the intermediary. Because one of the benefits of crypto is you can send direct from one user to the other, but right now there's not really any good tools to do that for merchants.
Yeah. Unless you're going through a third party type thing where they take the currency and convert it into dollars for the merchant. Right now, there really isn't much of an option because unfortunately, merchants still, this kind of came up whenever I was talking with my parents. They own a roofing company, and I'm trying to push them to accept cryptocurrencies at a discount for putting roofs on people's houses. Well, the problem with that is that they still have to buy the supplies. They have to buy the product that they're selling you. So if it's a merchant, they still have to buy the soda. They have to buy the shirts or what have you to be able to give you that product. So they still have to pay for that in dollars. So you have to have something kind of like coinpayments.net to facilitate that transaction from the cryptocurrency into fiat. I think for us, what we're trying to work on is that we want to make it so that the end merchant doesn't have to rely on fiat. They're able to take that cryptocurrency from the person who's purchasing. It goes into the merchant, and then the merchant can easily distribute that into either dollars or what have you using the product. But I still think it's a little ways off. There's a lot of
That's interesting. I haven't actually heard of anybody converting to dollars in at least in New Hampshire. Most of the people are holding the cryptocurrencies themselves, businesses.
Yeah, well, now, again, we've got a contest going on right now. You want 2 free Vertcoin? Go over to discord.lrn.fm and give me the answer to the question. How old was James Lovejoy, developer of Vertcoin, when he started mining cryptocurrencies? We'll be back here on the Call to Freedom on LRN.F.
Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
This week, researchers released a comprehensive 5-year study linking heavy drinking during pregnancy with attending a concert by Detroit-based rap rocker Kid Rock. The study found that women who had consumed alcohol while pregnant were much more likely to be wearing leather halter tops and making devil horn hand gestures during encores of All Summer Long and Ba with the Ba than those who did not.
Drinking 3 or more alcoholic beverages in less than an hour was highly correlated with going backstage at a Kid Rock show and then getting into a fistfight with another woman in the parking lot.
The world's supercomputers released a study this week confirming that they lack sufficient power, presenting a thorough case for significant leaps in speed and memory. Overwhelming evidence found that these complex machines should have total control over the critical systems they manage, including integration into the planet's energy grid, freshwater supply chain, and telecommunications systems. The study's 500 co-authors further concluded that all permutations have been simulated and that this is the optimal course of action.
This is the Onion News Network.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. facebook.freetalklive.com.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Stouffer's, helping bring your family together with wholesome dinner options, even on the busiest of nights. Find dinner table ideas to bring your family together at letsfixdinner.com. To get kids involved in dinnertime conversation, ask specific questions, not broad ones. Instead of what happened today at school, try what was the best thing that happened today. The more specific you are, the more they'll have to say. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you got to keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You are listening to Call to Freedom's Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार के क्रिप्टो आवर को, जिसके प्रस्तुत करता है Helium.com.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. So we've been talking here to Kanan, a member of the marketing team for Vertcoin during Crypto Hour. And our Crypto Hour, of course, they're brought to you by a company that I really need to tell you about. I mean, I personally have my own investments with them, and they are performing, well, better than most of my coins are. I'll say that much. When many of the coins that I own have lost 60% of their value, my Helium account only lost about 3% of its value. And that's with a good portion of what I had. You know, my initial investment was all in Bitcoin. I put an initial investment of Bitcoin into Helium, and well, I have to say it's performed very well. They're a savings accelerator, though. They don't like to be called an investment. It's a savings accelerator. And what they do is they've developed a bot that watches the values between regular fiats and cryptocurrencies, and then it moves your money when the time is just right. You just load up your Uphold account with your bank card or your crypto wallet, and you just set it and forget it. Everything else is automatic. Helium lets your money move you. So give them a look over at heliumwithane.com. HELEUM.com/CTF. That's HELEUM.com/CTF, and get your great deal for being a Call to Freedom listener. Now, so we got the new website coming. It's supposed to look a lot better, all this new, and they just, by the way, they just fixed the blah blah blah.
The Discord link.
The Discord link. My brain went completely numb for a second. They just fixed the Discord link a moment ago. So if you want to, you can go over to the vertcoin.com website and you should be able to click and join the Discord. That gives you access to the marketing team, to traders, to miners, and to James and the other members of the development team as well. It's a very open chat room. I've never seen anyone have any trouble having an opportunity to get in touch with any of the development team. So it's something I'm particularly impressed with. But you guys also, besides our own efforts here at Call to Freedom to get you guys listed on other exchanges and have your coin accepted as a form of payment at a number of websites, you guys have raised some money in order to get on some exchanges yourselves, and you've got hopefully some announcements on that coming up.
Yeah, so our goal from a marketing aspect is 10 new exchanges by the end of this year. So it made some pretty big news. We set a goal at the end of last year to raise 10,000 Vertcoin for an exchange listing, because we heard from the community, and we're a community-driven project. So we're always listening to the community. That's why the transparency and the communication inside the Discord is so easy to get in touch with one of the developers or one of the marketing team members. We set that goal of, let's raise 10,000 Vertcoin. That should be able to, help us get listed on some of these bigger exchanges, because at the end of the day, these exchanges know that there's hundreds of ICOs that are out there that are flushed with cash because they did either pre-mines, they did ICOs where they raised a bunch of money. Two things that Vertcoin did not do. So we didn't have a pre-mine, we didn't have an ICO. ICOs weren't even a thing whenever Vertcoin was first forked from Litecoin. But so all of our, even our dev funds to keep servers up and running, our marketing funds, everything is through donations to our community, and we can't be more grateful to our community for the donations that they give us. And it's another reason why we are very picky when it comes to how we spend the donations that are given to us, because we don't look at it as just, somebody gave us $50 million in this ICO, so we got money to just blow. We really take a hard look and make we take a long time to make some decisions on how to spend the money that's entrusted to us. So we raised the 10,000 Vertcoin in like a matter of months. It was amazing, the outpour of support that we got from our community, and we haven't spent any of that money. We've already been listed on 3 new exchanges this year. One big exchange in India, which brings Vertcoin to an entire nation over there in India, where crypto is blowing up there. And then we got a few other exchanges that have listed us, and we're still in talks. Unfortunately, we can't announce anything because we're under NDAs with a lot of the prominent exchanges and things of that nature to get Vertcoin listed on there. But do know that we are working hard. We have, we're working around the clock to get on some new exchanges to open up the markets to Vertcoin. But at the same time, we're also not trying to be taken advantage of, because the market is set to where there's 10 other ICOs that are willing to throw $100,000+ or so at getting listed on the exchange. And these exchanges know that, look, we can make tons of cash by just basically demanding a large sum of money to get listed, and we're not playing that game. We're making sure that if we are going to spend the Vertcoin that was donated to us to get onto an exchange, that the volume is there, the support is there. We don't want to spend that money that's been entrusted to us to get on an exchange, and then the exchange locks up and you're not allowed to register new users, or the support tickets take forever for you to hear back from them. We want to kind of have that quality associated with the money that's been donated to us.
Okay, very good, very good.
So 2 other things that people have heard about is VertBase and VertPig. So
the
those
new
are
exchanges. They're like Vertcoin based exchanges.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this, but this isn't actually our project. So these are independent organizations that they're consulting with us. They're asking our feedback and getting help on getting the technical side of things set up so they can do this. But their goal is to make it so that right now, if you want Vertcoin, you have to go to somebody like Coinbase. You got to buy Litecoin, or Bitcoin. I'd say do Litecoin because of the transaction fees and such, but you got to then transfer that over to an exchange that exchanges Bitcoin for Vertcoin before you can even get Vertcoin. It's a little cumbersome right now, and these two projects, their goal is to make it so that, if your native currency is the US dollar or if it is the British pound, depending on which currency or which exchange you go to, you'll be able to exchange that directly. So I'll be able to take $5 and go buy a Vertcoin through that exchange. So that's a huge window that is going to bring in a lot of new people that are going to be interested in the project, because getting Vertcoin, it will be simple. It won't be such a rigmarole to get it.
So right now there's not many cryptocurrencies you can buy on exchanges, right? Like you have to actually buy Bitcoin first and then convert.
Yeah,
there's usually.
I'm not an exchange user, just to let everybody know. I have crypto, but don't use exchanges.
Okay, usually you've got what do you call it? So you've got the Ethereum. A lot of exchanges use Ethereum.
Okay.
They use Bitcoin. A good number of exchanges also use US dollar tethers. And some exchanges use New Zealand dollar tethers. I've seen it, not as much now as I did a month ago, but I've seen Dogecoin used as a medium of exchange.
Really?
Well, it's easier to count than Bitcoin because Dogecoin's worth a penny.
Yeah, Nova Exchange used Doge.
Yeah, Nova, Cryptopia did for a little while, but it's not anymore. And they used Litecoin for a little while.
Well, that sounds like it'd be pretty significant if you get it such that you can buy Vertcoin as opposed to going through another intermediary.
Exactly. I mean, if you have to buy Litecoin on Coinbase, then you have to transfer that Litecoin over to Bittrex. So in that, you got to pay the Litecoin blockchain fee. So you're losing a little bit there.
Right.
Then you have to, once you're in the exchange, hopefully the value of Litecoin to Vertcoin, that doesn't fluctuate too much in between, all of the transacting that you have to happen. Here you can say, all right, look, Vertcoin right now is worth, $4.35. I'm willing to pay $4.35 for one Vertcoin, and boom, you can do it. You don't have to go through all of this buying here, waiting for that to get transferred over to another exchange, losing a little bit of your initial investment anyways, just doing fees. So these two exchanges, it's going to open up a lot of fiat to Vertcoin partnership or pairings.
The Shire Free Church offers a sanctuary to those seeking an escape from state churches.
The Shire Free Church is an interfaith, diverse group of people that may not share identical theological beliefs. As a member in or minister of the Shire Free Church, you are a sovereign individual and may be the faith of your choice.
We don't claim to have all of the answers.
We are open to all peaceful people.
We want to learn from each other.
What unifies the Shire Free Church and its diverse members is peace,
love, and liberty. There are many paths to God, one for every individual.
The Shire Free Church does not define a specific path beyond those parameters that must be your foundation.
Peace as your way,
love as your guide,
and liberty as your light.
Learn more at church.shiresociety.com.
That's church.shiresociety.com.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media, and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveatpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveatpurse.com.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, February 27th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.54 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,329 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $40, and the average price of Bitcoin is $10,722. Antiwar.com reports a U.S. airstrike in eastern Syria's al-Shafaa region has killed at least 25 people on Monday, with more than half of the slain identified as women and children, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. Details of the slain are still emerging, but U.S. spokesman Colonel Ryan Dillon attempted to downplay reports, saying the U.S. takes all allegations seriously, and that if any civilians were killed, they'd be included in the Pentagon's monthly list. The Pentagon, of course, tends to ultimately count only about 10 to 15% of the deaths in their official list. The al-Shafaa region is believed to be one of the last strongholds of the Islamic State forces inside Syria, and that has made it a popular target for airstrikes by various anti-the Islamic State factions. So far, however, the strikes have appeared to kill mostly just random civilians. The Islamic State in Syria is still very much a thing, however, as the group was far from totally destroyed in the U.S.-backed push in northern Deir ez-Zor, and massive numbers of fighters escaped into the countryside, where they are expected to go back into being a landless insurgency. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports a federal judge ruled on Monday that former Turing Pharmaceutical CEO Martin Shkreli cost investors more than $10.4 million in a Ponzi scheme. U.S. District Judge Kayu Matsumoto found that Shkreli lied to investors in a hedge fund to encourage them to put up $6.3 million and lost $4 million belonging to investors from another fund by funneling their money into a drug company he founded called Retrofit Incorporated. Prosecutors argued Shkreli caused between $9 million and more than $20 million in losses. Shkreli's lawyer argued he caused no loss and hoped he would receive a sentence of 16 months or less, as he paid hedge fund investors their money back and more with cash and stocks in Retrofin. The judge ruled Shkreli should not receive credit for paying the investors back because he only returned the money after they became suspicious of the scheme. Are you looking for a cryptocurrency that has a focus on users and usability? Then look into Zencash. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. Zencash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io. Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday dealt a setback to President Donald Trump, requiring his administration to maintain protections he sought to end for hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought into the United States as children in violation of immigration laws. The justices refused to hear the administration's appeal of a federal judge's January 9th nationwide injunction that halted Trump's move to rescind a program that benefits immigrants known as Dreamers, implemented in 2012 by Barack Obama. The protections were due to start phasing out in March under the Republican president's actions, announced announced in September. Under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or DACA, roughly 700,000 young adults, mostly Hispanics, are protected from deportation and given work permits for 2-year periods, after which they must reapply. Congress so far has failed to pass legislation to address the fate of the Dreamers, including a potential path for citizenship. San Francisco-based U.S. District Judge William Alsup ruled last month that the government must continue to process renewals of existing DACA applications while litigation over the legality of Trump's action is resolved, prompting the administration's unusual move to bypass a federal appeals court and take the matter directly to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Trump administration argued that Obama exceeded his powers under the Constitution when he bypassed Congress to create DACA. In a brief order, the U.S. Supreme Court said the appeal was denied without prejudice, indicating they will maintain an open mind on the underlying legal issue still being considered by the San Francisco-based 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. Immigration activists said they were grateful that the Supreme Court gave DACA recipients more time, but said many young immigrants are still left unprotected. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
It's the Onion Radio News. A spokeswoman gives birth to a spokeschild. This is Doyle Redland reporting. Tacoma spokeswoman Tammy Barker became the proud mother of a bouncing baby spokeschild last night. According to spokespeople, Barker, a spokeswoman for a Tacoma-based pharmaceutical firm, the birthing process was a major success. Peter Wahlberg, spokesman for Tammy's husband Phil, had this to say.
At 9:17 p.m. last night, an 8.5-month-old spokes fetus was delivered alive and through the miracle of birth became a 7-pound, 6-ounce spokes child. Spokes father and spokes mother are doing fine.
Spokeswoman Barker is expected to be released from St. Robert's Hospital tomorrow. The spokeschild will remain in the hospital's media care unit for several weeks of training. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News, online at theonion.com.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
Here we go, off the rails. You know it's time to raise ourselves. It's freedom like you never knew. You're back or past. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my head, it's up to you.
All right, welcome back into the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. Another crypto hour in the bag, but we've still got Kanan from the marketing team of Vertcoin on with us. We wanted to give him a chance since he was, a little, had a few things we had to cover. We wanted to make sure that he got a chance to tell everybody, where to learn more about Vertcoin, where to get in touch with people about Vertcoin, where to buy some Vertcoin. Go ahead, Kanan.
Sure. Thanks again for having me on. Guys, if you want to get to know more about Vertcoin, you can go over to our website, vertcoin.org. We have a subreddit at reddit/r/Vertcoin. Our Twitter is twitter.com/Vertcoin. Facebook, facebook.com/Vertcoin. Instagram, we have instagram.com/Vertcoin. And then, of course, our Discord is where you can come in order to get any of your questions answered. I mean, we have tech support, we have mining, so they can help you set up miners. You can get in touch with our developers, the marketing team, anything. Recommend if you're looking for answers and you want immediate contact and you don't want to go searching a lot, just come on over to our Discord.
Very good. Well, this is Kanan that you've been listening to from the marketing team over at our wonderful sponsors at Vertcoin. So thanks again for coming in, Kanan. It's been great having you on. As I've told you off the air, we're the official radio broadcast of Vertcoin. So please do feel free to take advantage of that, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it is that you guys feel warrants opportunities to come on and talk to, your fans and, in our audience. So thanks again for coming out and give us an update on everything that's going on over there at Vertcoin.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Very cool. So I promised at the beginning of the show that we would have something completely new. Now, I was just flicking through social media today and looking at a few things, and this came across my desk, and I just couldn't not, because I've always been a big fan of Government Gone Wild. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the website governmentgonewild.org, but basically what they did was they went and they showed where all these different politicians, left, right, and center, Republican, Democrat, Independent, it didn't matter, entered the crash in 2007 and 2008. Well, particularly less wealthy than they exited it. And while most Americans were rolling pennies for gas and living on macaroni and cheese as they threw them out of their homes, well, these politicians went from being hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt to being multimillionaires, most of it based on insider trading. And Government Gone Wild decided to, kind of expose the some of it was money that they had taken from the banks, to grease the wheels of the vote so that the banks could get their trillions of dollars in the bailouts. So, with all that, I saw this idea of giving awards at the time for the Oscars to the biggest lying performances from politicians on both sides, and was like, oh my God, bro, that's great. This is the greatest thing ever. So I decided, we're going to play. It's about 5 minutes here, but it is the Stoskers. And I figure we'll probably go winner by winner here and talk about, the award for biggest liar.
Famous People Awards for...
What the...
It's Oscar time. Sunday night, Hollywood will give Famous People Awards for what they say are the best performances. But Oscars leave out political actors. Not fair. Politicians deceive people just like actors do. And some of their performances deserve recognition. If not Oscars, at least a Stosker. So here are this year's Stosker Awards. The award for Best Performance by a rich elitist goes to House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. In her eagerness to trash Trump's tax cuts, she described $1,000 bonuses as crumbs.
Crumbs that they are giving to workers to kind of put the schmooze on is so pathetic.
The award for Best Performance by a Democrat goes...
You know what, you poor person out there on food stamps and living on welfare, I completely relate to you. I see $1,000 bills as crumbs. Like half of your monthly budget, oh, that's just a crumb off of my table to me. Oh, my God. You guys, most people don't realize this. Nancy Pelosi was the first person to invoke Sharia as a scare tactic in a political campaign during the Bush era, George W. Bush, as a way to attack Republicans, because a lot of most Muslims had campaigned in California and in Florida for George W. Bush. She invoked honor killings and Sharia as in a scaremongering tactic to attack her Republican opponent. I want to say in 2004. Or 2006, I believe it was 2004. But yeah, like the very first person in American politics to use the specter of creeping Sharia as a political tool, none other than Nancy Pelosi.
Goes to San Francisco District Attorney George Gascon.
Performance by a Democrat.
After California legalized weed, the DA promised to drop 3,000 marijuana convictions. And he made getting them dropped easy on the poor guys sitting in jail.
The process will take no hearings. People will not have to hire attorneys. They will never have to come to our courts. We believe that it's the right thing to do, and it's a just thing to do.
And speaking of doing the right thing, the Stosker for Best Performance by the President goes to the moment when President Trump said,
"We have cut 22 burdensome regulations
for every one new rule.
Great. I wish he'd cut the new rules too, but I'll take what I can get. After all, he also chose Jeff Sessions to be his Attorney General. And Sessions wins the Stosker for worst praise for government abuse, for saying this about asset forfeiture.
I love that program. We had so much fun doing that, taking drug dealers' money.
So much fun? Taking billions of dollars from people, most of whom never even got a trial?
Most of whom weren't even involved in drugs, like you've got...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. You got guys driving across the country to buy an antique car.
Or a new business or a home or something. Yeah. Yeah, people...
Retired folks taking their entire life savings.
Yeah, that one so gets at me.
Yeah. And then, you spend tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees and court costs. So the government still gets money out of you. The same state or city government gets money out of you either way, whether you win or you lose. You still have to pay to get in front of the judge.
Yeah, you know what is amazing with that is some of these amounts are kind of trivial amounts of money, like, $5,000 or whatever. It's like, that's a lot for some. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not the kind of money that I would expect somebody who's trying to traffic drugs to be carrying around or transporting. It's not enough money to even hire a lawyer to go and try and get that money back for you.
Even the guy that was traveling with like $25,000, he was traveling with that money in order to buy, I think it was buying like an antique car or something like that. He even had the advertisement, and he's a retired guy. Like, he's in his 60s. I'm sorry, I don't know many dope runners who are like, I'm trying to buy a 63 Bel Air, who are really, trying to smuggle heroin.
That's government abuse.
Constant government abuse. All right, well, when we get back, we're going to continue on with the Stossels. If the Stoskers, that is. If you have an opinion, give us a call, 603-283-6160. We'll be right back here on the Call to Freedom.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in Liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com. Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it.
Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. So, yeah, we are broadcasting live here from the Vertcoin studio in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And it is another beautiful day here in New Hampshire. Up in the, around 50 today.
Yeah, it was pretty warm.
It did. I got around 50. I was enjoying it.
I was actually sweating in my vehicle when I was driving back from court.
Right. So now we've been doing this the Stossel Report. It's one of my favorite shows, and he is talking about he's calling it the Stoskers, which is where he's going through and giving his award for different egregious things done by politicians. So how about you out there in the listening audience? Do you have a particular moment that a politician, I don't know, told the best lie of the year, or should have won the best BSer of the year, or what? There's got to be a moment in politics this year that you just looked and you said, you know what? That is such grade A slime ballery. That guy should win an award. Well, you know what? That's what the Stoskers are about. I'd love for you to give us a call and tell us about it. 603-283-6160. Let us know, who else do you think wins one of these awards? We're going to continue on with the video and see, who else has won this year?
That's a crime, not good government. Yet both parties like it. And that isn't even the worst example of bipartisanship.
We have worked well together.
The Stosker for the worst act of bipartisanship goes to Senators Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell for their budget deal.
This budget deal is the first real sprout of bipartisanship.
I particularly want to thank my friend, the Democratic leader. I hope we can build on this bipartisan momentum.
No, please don't. You've already added billions to our unsustainable debt and cut almost nothing. Does any politician ever say no to more government? Well, yes, one has. Rand Paul gets a Stosker for best defense of the Constitution. Paul demanded the NSA and FBI get warrants before they spy on Americans.
Do we really want all of our phone calls recorded and then have the ability of the government to bring you in and ask you questions about your phone calls? And if you're not perfectly accurate in recording your phone calls, you could go to prison? All we're asking for is that for Americans, the Constitution should be in order.
But the Constitution bores people, so spying on Americans continues. Next, the Stosker for Best Democrat on free speech goes to Senator Elizabeth Warren, who, after joining left-wingers and vilifying a conservative, then said,
I think it's dangerous to suppress speech. First, suppression can backfire. Instead of shutting up individuals with disgusting views, it becomes a launching pad to national attention. Second, suppression suggests weakness. It makes us sound afraid, like we're afraid that we can't defeat evil ideas with good ideas.
Good point. The way to fight bad ideas is with good ideas. Unfortunately, her ideas are usually not
really
good
bad ideas.
And that brings us to the Stosker for Worst Performance by a President. That goes to Narcissus. No, wrong picture. I meant President Trump for bragging like a child in tweet after tweet. Don't misunderstand. The Stosker judges love his tweeting, but some are repulsive. He's a genius. He ended the assault on Christmas. And because he got strict on commercial aviation, there have been 0 deaths. Give me a break. He hasn't even done anything that affected aviation. Finally, just as the Oscars give out one Lifetime Achievement Award, this year's Stoskers conclude with an award to a politician who consistently has fought for liberty.
It's trillions of dollars we're spending on these wars.
Yeah! Congressman Ron Paul has taken every opportunity he can to challenge enemies of liberty.
I don't understand this division.
Which is why the Libertarian Party now hates him.
Social liberties were rather well, but as soon as it comes to me spending my money and assuming responsibility.
He fought to limit executive power.
Why don't we just open up the Constitution and read it? You're not allowed to go to war without a declaration of war.
And he fought the political bipartisanship that's bankrupting America.
And we've had way too much bipartisanship for about 60 years.
Ron Paul deserves several Stoskers for fighting for freedom. Now my time is up. That's the Stoskers for this year.
So there we go. So out there again, anybody out there got an idea for another award? Do you think some politician? I think they should have done 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards. Ron Paul could have won the one that they gave out, and then I want to say Hillary Clinton, but there's like 20 other politicians that really could have won like a slimiest politician of Lifetime Achievement Award that are around. I mean, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, Peter King, Steve King. Who else has spent a lifetime in politics that is a supreme? Bernie Sanders. Who's been in politics longer than 20 years? It's an absolute slime ball. What, 80% of Congress?
All of them?
All of them? Well, no, maybe not all of them.
Not all of them have been in 20 years, but all of them are slime balls.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like a prerequisite to get elected.
Well, yeah, it's not that power corrupts; it's that only the corrupt seek power.
Unfortunately,
yeah, pretty much. I think that was one of the things that when I was running for office, I made it very clear that if I thought I could actually win, I wouldn't run because I don't want to actually be in power. I'm a human. I have a conscience. I'm not a sociopath. I don't want to tell people what to do with their lives.
That's the problem. People who don't want power don't run.
I did, though, and I lost.
Well, I know, but
I did so in a very extravagant fashion. So I believe,
the people
got my point across.
The people who want power want it for a reason. It somehow benefits them, and and we get creeps and
we have a serious question from the Discord chat. We'll let Aria, our queen of crypto, answer this first. On Twitch, they want to know what's our thoughts on Trump.
Well, I don't know about ours, but I can tell you mine.
Let's hear Aria's
Yeah,
first.
well, one at a time.
One at a
We'll all
time.
do it.
I mean, Trump is
You got
nothing
30
new.
seconds.
What? That's not fair.
I'm sorry. It's not my fault, man. I don't set the clock. I just
Trump is not
follow
anything
it.
new. I mean, he's the same old politician in a new hairpiece and in a new skin tone, because I don't think we've had an orange president yet.
I don't know.
But I mean, it's the same crap that it's always been.
I'm playing Ship of Fools as the bumper music.
Do you ever say, I could care less, when you really mean the opposite? You mean to say, I couldn't care less. It's a common mistake. You are judged by how you speak, especially if you're looking for work, with so many more applicants than openings now. But even if you're not, avoiding common misstatements will help you make the most of the dozens of conversations and transactions that crowd your daily routine. So whatever you say, don't say whatever as a single word sentence. It's the most annoying expression in the American English language, according to a recent poll. And avoid cliches like the plague. Just kidding. But seriously, at the end of the day, you'll want to avoid this scenario, sounding like everyone else. For more tips, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
Join Daryl W. Perry on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio as he brings you news, views, and opinions while promoting the ideas of peaceful interaction.
Most people would say, well, yeah, you've got the cops. The cops are there to protect and serve. Wrong again. In theory, the cops are there to protect and serve, but in reality, there is no duty to protect. Cops are not obligated to offer any protection. If you are giving allegiance to a government in return for some sort of protection offered by the government, but that government is not obligated to protect you, then why are you giving allegiance to that government? They have voided their half of the agreement. And when one party voids an agreement, the entire agreement is void. There is no such thing as a citizen.
Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
right. Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. So, we've been talking about this thing here. It was the Stoskers, with the Oscars coming up. And, just talking about some of the biggest and most egregious violations of liberty, biggest lies, biggest cons of 2017 from the political class. It doesn't have to be in the U.S. It doesn't have to be. There are political cons all over the world, and we have a listening audience that is also all over the world. So, if you've got a Kenyan ambassador or a Nigerian mayor or a Mexican congressman that you think has done a horrible job, give us a call, 603-283-6160, or you're welcome to join us on our on-air live Discord call-in at discord.lrn.fm, or you can Skype in at on Skype at lrn.fm as well. So give us a call, let us know what you think. Chris, have you got a possible contender?
I do. I just can't remember the judge's name for the life of me, and I can't find it either. Kim.com. I think it's like Judge O'Grady or I don't know, something. And
O'Grady. What a perfect.
I don't know if that's his name because I couldn't come up with it when I actually did a search. But he basically was he basically took Kim.com's money or property, and because he supposedly fleeing justice, they won't give it back to him. So, but it's not the only case that judge actually did that really got me roiled up. I'm trying to think what the other case was. I want to say it was the Silk Road case, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. But yeah, the judge is just so corrupt. That's what comes to my mind. Corrupt. So yeah. There's whether it's a politician or a judge or somebody else, they're
always somebody. Yeah, always somebody.
Yeah,
What
somebody
about you,
with
Aria?
somebody with political power.
Come on, Aria. I know you got one that you're just like, you know what, this idiot.
Well, I mean, they're all liars.
Right.
I
I
don't know of any that really stand out. Trump's ability to convince people that he was worth talking about beyond being just an ordinary politician was something.
That's true. And you know what? His ability to push like if Obama sniffed in the general direction of a firearm, Remington's stock went up 16 points and everybody thought it was going to be like armed insurrection in the second apocalypse. Trump is like, yeah, I'm totally cool. Well, let's get rid of assault rifles, which aren't even a thing. That's not even a real thing. Assault rifle is not a real thing. It's not a real thing. It's a made-up term. It's like a peacekeeper missile. It's not a real thing. It's just words. Literally, assault rifle. No, it's a rifle with some
they
cool
mean guns
stuff
that look
on it.
scary.
Yeah, exactly. Guns that look like something that I saw on TV. It's like, yeah, but if I break all the black parts off of it and put stock parts on it, then it looks like something that you go hunt deer with. It's the same rifle. It just looks a little different. I'm sorry. I like my rifle to look cool. You are scared by something that looks cool. It's like telling me.
I'd also give one to Rand Paul, come to think of it. Not a good one either.
Right.
For being a jerk who has still got masses of people calling him a libertarian.
Ugh. So,
go ahead.
I have to say, I think we kind of changed topic a little bit here, but I guess we're still talking about him. I definitely did not vote for either of our Democrat or Republican candidates this year, and I don't know if either of you guys did, but I certainly didn't.
I didn't vote for the Cheeto in Chief or the tyrant in a pantsuit. No, I didn't vote for either.
Yeah, they're both terrible.
Yeah, and I didn't vote for the libertarian jackasses that endorsed her either.
Oh, I didn't either. I voted for our very own Daryl W. Perry here.
I chose the path of least aggression and decided to. I think I went to work and did something productive on.
That's probably a wise move.
Election day.
Yeah.
I think that's what I did. I think I actually went and made money to support my family. So I did something productive on Election Day. I didn't contribute to the two slave owners who were arguing over who gets to be the next one to pull the trigger when we kill brown people.
There was certain things here that were probably worth voting on Election Day, but it wasn't that. Let's put it that way.
Well, like my big argument with the American Muslim community is, for me, there are certain issues for me that are like, look, I'm not going to vote for you here. Like they're stopped. Like some people are like single issue voters. Like if you support abortion, they won't vote for you. Like they don't care what you believe in. If you believe in that, they won't vote for you, even if they agree with you on everything else. Well, I'm not a single issue voter, but I kind of am. If you have killed, assisted in killing, or say that you plan to kill brown children in foreign countries, I'm not voting for you. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're going to make it rain milkshakes and ice cream. I don't care if you're going to give quote unquote free college and health care to everyone. If you vote to pay for bombs, Bernie Sanders, that are dropped on brown people, if you vote or openly say that you plan to invade Iran or other countries, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, or if you have a record of murdering brown children, Obama in 2012, then I'm not voting for you. I'm sorry. It's just this thing. I'm a Muslim. I have this belief that if I contribute to an evil, that I'll be held accountable for it on the day of judgment. And I don't really as a taxpayer, I'm not going to have blood on my hands because I don't willingly pay those taxes. They are taken from me without my consent. But as a voter, that's my consent. That's me saying, yes, I do consent to your agenda, and that includes killing children. And I'm sorry, but I believe in my heart of hearts that I will literally stand before God with the blood of the people that those presidents kill dripping from my hands. And I just don't really I have enough bad stuff I've done in my life. I don't need that to go along with it.
I could probably vote for a bad person, but
not if I knew they were going to kill
not
people.
One that's killing people and committing genocide.
So yeah, I just can't. I can't do it.
The people that we're putting in prison, I would rather vote for than probably just about any politician we've got elected.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anybody that's in office right now, I would rather go and grab LFC that's over here, on the Twitch chat room. I'm sure he would be a more honest and qualified individual than 85 to 90% of the criminals that we have, both in Washington, D.C. and in the state legislators of most states. These are not good people.
And, isn't it interesting that if you got up in a dinner party and you say, hey, I chopped somebody's head off last night, everybody would be really uncomfortable. But if you said I dropped bombs on brown children, they would clap and cheer.
For real, or just kind of be like,
I can say that the murderers in prison, most of them have killed a heck of a lot fewer people than
the people in suits in Washington.
Yes,
that's right.
So
do you want to give us a call and weigh in? I hope that answered your question, by the way, LFC over there in the Twitch room. Stream's gone. Huh. Okay.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
Hey, I'm LRN.FM Program Director Ian Freeman. If you're listening to our free-to-air satellite feed in North or Central America, heads up. We've been on the same channel on the Galaxy 19 satellite since 2010, but now our satellite provider is moving us to a new channel on a different transponder. The original channel will stay on the air until the end of February to give you time to transition without any loss of service, so don't delay. I've posted the new channel details at sat.lrn.fm, but in case you're listening with no internet access, if you do a blind scan on your receiver, you should see the new channel at transponder 12, 11,936 megahertz, horizontal polarization, symbol rate 20,000, FEC 3/4. All that information is at sat.lrn.fm, as well as a link to our Patreon where you can support our channels for just $2 a month. Visit sat.lrn.fm for more information about our international satellite channels, and thanks for listening to LRN.fm.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.fm running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.fm comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org.
The three most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
Hi, I'm Derek J. I don't want a politician to represent me. To me, government is the idea that one group of people can coerce everyone to comply with an edict or face increasing punishments up to and including death. Despite perhaps the most noble of intentions, the best government services are a far cry from what could be provided for by voluntary interactions. Besides, the people who call themselves the government wage wars and put peaceful people in jail for crimes involving no victims. If Starbucks used some of its money to drop bombs, I wouldn't shop there. So why would I support the American empire? The empire does not require my consent.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. That's victimlesscrimespree.com.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
You are listening to The Call to Freedom live on LRN.fm. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.fm.
Welcome back here to the final segment here on The Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. This Tuesday live broadcast. It's been a pretty awesome broadcast. We had Kanan on from the Vertcoin the marketing team over there at Vertcoin to discuss some of the stuff they've got in the works. And well, since then we've been talking about
corrupt politicians.
Basically the best, or should I say worst, in political corruption for the year 2017. John Stossel created a little award show that he did. It's a little 5-minute show that he did, and I thought was kind of funny, called the Stoskers. And we've been talking about our own opinions on who should win an award for being, well, the biggest liar, the biggest crook, the best actor in Hollywood. And you know what? I'm going to have to go with Aria on Rand Paul. Rand Paul is our libertarian activist.
That's good.
Here's the deal. I mean, people that are libertarians that like Rand Paul. All right, most people liked Ron Paul because he wasn't a liar. You know, that's what made him different, was because
it was a nice quality.
He didn't play the political game. Well, what you have to admit is that with Rand, he is lying to someone. Does Occam's razor say that he's lying to his political cronies in Washington that he plays golf with and eats steaks with? Or is he lying to you, the idiot plebeian who pays for his steak dinner? Let's see. Is he the one politician who is only lying to the people that he, works with? He's not lying to the public, not you. Sure. I mean, it's almost like the Paul Brand name has some people to where they don't have the ability to think or reason critically. Like they just see the Paul Brand name on the Sun, and like it's like the son of Reagan. It took a lot of him being like uber liberal for people to, and now he's hated by conservatives. But is that what's going to have to happen with Rand Paul? Is he going to have to like vote in favor of an NDAA bill, or can he skirt this like edge of like acting liberty minded his entire career? Come on, Ari, I know you got an opinion on this.
Well, yeah, he seems to be doing a really good job of it. I mean, for someone who will admit that he's not a libertarian, has never been a libertarian, and doesn't like libertarians, he does a pretty good job of convincing people that somehow he's a libertarian. And I don't know if that's his fault or if it's the stupid people who follow him's fault, but someone needs to stop being stupid.
Well, the majority of people, it's bound to happen.
Well, it's the nature of the beast. For people to go in and to become corrupted by it. That's the what's the old adage? When you sit down to play with the devil, you don't change the devil changes you. And that's what happens. These are people that sit down to play a hand with the devil, and they think that they're going to change the devil, and that's not the way that it works.
Nope.
What was it that Adams way back in the 1700s made the observation that, like, freedom once lost is lost forever. That once the political class have convinced, let's just get rid of bump stocks. No, no, hell no. Because I remember a time when seatbelt laws were supposed to never be something you could be pulled over for.
That's right.
That's right. When seatbelt laws were first passed against tons of major public outcry against seatbelt laws, we don't need the government to be our mother and father and tell us what to do. Then they were finally, it was okay to pass them, but only on the contention that they never be the reason that you get pulled over. Okay, well now 22 years later, after seatbelt laws were enacted nationally, where you have to have them, except for in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I was going to say New Hampshire's an exception, except not for children.
Except not for children.
Not for children.
Now you have click it or ticket. Statewide efforts in places like Florida and Tennessee and other states that are trying to create revenues, where they go out and officers specifically look to see if they can see if you are buckled into your seatbelt as you're driving down the road and then pull you over for it.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
First, it wouldn't be a ticketable offense. Then it would be ticketable, but you couldn't be pulled over for it. Now it's click it or ticket.
Now
that's where bump stocks go.
This reminds me of the summer. We got ticket. Well, I didn't, not personally, wasn't driving, but I got ticketed in. Was it Colorado? No, Wyoming. It was Wyoming, and they actually reward you. And I'm putting this in quotes here. They reward you if you have your seatbelt on.
The thing with we're gonna pull you over if you're wearing your seatbelt and give you free pizza. No, please don't. Please just don't. No. That sounds to me like just another way to fill a contact quota. Oh wait, those don't exist, except for they totally do.
Well, I have to wonder if they're not doing it as an excuse to run your ID. I mean, that's one of the things the cops do. They've been doing. I think New York kind of invented it, from what I understand. They basically just run your ID every opportunity they get, and eventually they'll find people who are wanted for some
unpaid
stupid parking ticket or whatever, and
that's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah. Pulling people over a lot of times is how they get people that are wanted for like minor infractions, and that's like why the show Cops exists. Basically, it's chasing people with like minor infractions who have warrants for other minor infractions, and those minor infractions turn into years and years long prison sentences.
The problem is
sometimes death.
One of the problems with it is it becomes a major inconvenience to the general public, the majority of which who have not committed any kind of major offenses.
But they're put in danger.
They are put in danger. We're all put in danger by the cops. It's like, oh well, they're making us safer. No, they're not. They're actually creating situations which make us more dangerous.
I know this sounds crazy, but like I've walked through the inner city, like what they call the South Side in St. Petersburg, at like 3:00 in the morning, and had like crackheads all over the place. Like had them walk by me, had them come up, ask me for a cigarette, ask me for some spange, some spare change, but they never made my asshole pucker the way that I feel when a police officer gets behind me. Even if like there's no reason other than I'm just driving. Or well, not I'm driving, like my wife's driving. Say my wife is driving down the road, she's got her license, we got the kids in the car, we're not speeding, we're not breaking any laws, everything's copacetic, and a cop gets behind us. I get really nervous. My butthole puckers up for a second. Literally.
Cops don't scare me anymore. But it's mostly because I know they're pathetic and worthless human beings.
See, the funny thing is they scare me.
They should scare you.
Exactly.
They should scare you.
They scare me because I know they are pathetic, cowardly human beings, which means they are, well, with a gun in their hand, they are more likely to commit violence against innocent people because they are scared little children who were beat up as kids and then grew up to believe.
Unfortunately, you can get used to it.
All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Don't go anywhere. Free Talk Live is coming up next. You have a good night, Aria.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447. So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
You're 6 minutes away from a live episode of Free Talk Live, brought to you by freekeen.com. Listen live at freetalklive.com.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, February 27th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.54 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,329 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $40, and the average price of Bitcoin is $10,722. And Howard.com reports a